Everyone is talking about Samsung right now with the almost imminent release of the Galaxy S9 and the S9 Plus, but Samsung probably isn't the company you thought it was. Let's get right into it. Amazingly, Samsung didn't start out selling phones, TVs and fridges, but in fact, noodles and dried fish. It was actually 20 years after the company was initially founded before it even moved into anything remotely related to electronics. Samsung, the name, actually has a hidden meaning behind it. It's split into two, Sam meaning three, and Sung meaning stars. And these three stars in Korean culture are actually references to three different gods in charge of glory, luck, as well as longevity. And these stars were present in every single Samsung logo up until the very latest one, which came to being in about 1993. 100 Samsung TVs are sold every single minute. That's nearly 2 per second. Whilst not the first company to ever make a smartphone, Samsung were very serious about the cell phone market. And whilst a lot of companies at the time were making PDAs, which were like handheld little computers, Samsung was the first one to combine that with the cell phone technology. Samsung's best-selling phone ever was actually the E110, with 150 million units sold. To put that into some sort of perspective, the Galaxy S8, the S8 Plus, and the Note 8 all put together have so far sold about 40 million. Now, of course, those have been on the market for less time, but as soon as the S9 and the Note 9 come out, those sales will drop off very quickly. So different ballpark in terms of figures. This one's pretty crazy. Samsung's revenue makes up 17% of South Korea's entire GDP. The Samsung Group employs 489,000 employees. One of Samsung's sub-companies, known as Samsung Heavy Industries, is actually one of the biggest shipbuilders in the world. And okay, to give you some sort of perspective on the scale of this shipbuilding operation, their shipbuilding center is 400 million square foot, which is about the equivalent of 5,000 football stadiums full-size, back-to-back, packed together. And perhaps even more surprising and concerning is that another one of Samsung's sub-companies, known as Samsung Techwin initially, was actually responsible for the K9 Thunder, which is an anti-infantry tank that can shoot projectiles 40 kilometers. And the same company was also responsible for the SGR-A1, which was a robot that is programmed to not only target, but also automatically shoot targets 3.2 kilometers away. We've all heard about the Samsung Galaxy Note 7, and generally speaking, not for the right reasons. Due to a problem with the battery casings, these phones started overheating and exploding. But the magnitude of this has been somewhat underestimated. As it turns out, Samsung actually recalled 2.5 million Samsung Galaxy Note 7s. This must have cost them a lot of money. Okay, you might have heard of Apple's new Spaceship Campus. This gigantic circular building erected in Silicon Valley, and that, Steve Jobs claimed, has room for about 12,000 employees. Well, it turns out Samsung actually has something very similar. Their headquarters in South Korea is actually known as Digital City, and every single day, 35,000 people turn up to work there. Samsung is the largest smartphone manufacturer in the world in terms of unit sales, and they actually overtook Nokia in 2012 to take the top spot. Okay, this is pretty interesting. The Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, who was it built by? Samsung. Okay, according to the Forbes list of most valuable brands in the world, whereas Apple, Google and Microsoft are in first, second and third place, Samsung is in 10th. Alright guys, if you did enjoy this video, I've got another pretty cool one about the coolest limited edition smartphones of all time, so I'll leave that as a card above. And also, let me know what you think. We're trying new things on this channel and not everything is gonna work, so with your guys' feedback, we can really make something great here. So once again, thanks a lot for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Mr. Who's the Boss, and I'm signing out.